Russia air defense talks. India and Russia may soon finalize a deal for the Pantsir S-1M air defense system as the Indian Army moves ahead with its Common Army Air Defense Equipment (CADET) platform. The system is designed to counter drones, cruise missiles, and precision-guided munitions at short ranges, complementing existing layered air defense assets. Discussions are focused on integrating Pantsir S-1M with Indian command and control networks and ensuring mobility across diverse terrains. If concluded, the deal would strengthen the Army's point air defense capability amid rising drone threats along sensitive borders, while also deepening long-standing defense cooperation between New Delhi and Moscow.
India-Brazil naval move.
India and Brazil have signed a naval memorandum of understanding that could lead to joint upgrades of Scorpene-class submarines and integration of indigenous systems. The cooperation aims to share expertise in submarine maintenance, life cycle support, and modernization. Both navies are exploring common solutions for combat systems, sensors, and platform upgrades, leveraging experience gained from operating Scorpene submarines. The MoU also opens avenues for industrial collaboration between defense firms of both countries. The move is expected to boost self-reliance, reduce upgrade costs, and strengthen strategic maritime ties between India and Brazil in the coming years. Navy boosts amphibious power. The Indian Navy is pushing forward with its Landing Platform Dock (LPD) program to strengthen amphibious warfare capabilities. The project aims to provide the Navy with platforms for troop transport, disaster relief, and expeditionary operations. Alongside this, the Navy is exploring the deployment of Maritime Light Combat Helicopters, LCH, to provide close air support, reconnaissance, and force protection during amphibious missions. Integrating LCHs would enhance operational flexibility and combat readiness during littoral operations. Together, the LPD program and potential LCH deployment reflect India's focus on improving joint force projection and rapid response across the Indian Ocean region. Army pushes indigenous drones. The Indian Army has accelerated its shift toward indigenous drones, placing orders worth over 5,000 Indian rupees crore following lessons from Operation Sindoor. The focus is on surveillance, loitering munitions, logistic support, and swarm-capable systems to enhance battlefield awareness and precision strikes. Priority is being given to Indian startups and defense firms under the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. The move aims to reduce dependence on imports while rapidly scaling drone deployment across formations. Officials say drones have emerged as critical force multipliers, prompting faster procurement cycles and deeper integration into Army operational doctrines. India boosts aviation drive. India is accelerating its indigenous aviation push as talks with Embraer gain momentum following HAL's Superjet-related deal with Russia. The developments reflect India's broader effort to build domestic capabilities in regional aircraft, military transport, and special mission platforms. Engagements with Embraer are focused on technology transfer, local manufacturing, and long-term industrial partnerships. Officials see scope for collaboration that supports Make in India goals while reducing reliance on foreign imports. Combined with HAL's recent moves, the push signals a renewed strategy to strengthen India's aerospace ecosystem and expand its role in global aviation supply chains. Skyroot nears orbit. Indian private space startup Skyroot Aerospace is nearing a historic milestone with the upcoming orbital launch of its Vikram 1 rocket. Designed to place small satellites into low Earth orbit, Vikram 1 represents a major step for India's commercial space sector. The mission follows Skyroot's successful suborbital launch of Vikram S and extensive ground testing of critical systems. If successful, the launch will make Skyroot one of the first Indian private companies to achieve orbital capability, boosting India's position in the global small satellite launch market and supporting the country's expanding space reforms. IIT-K startup unveils Shield. An IIT-Kanpur incubated startup, RF Nanocomposites, has unveiled Made-in-India Faraday pouches designed to block tracking and surveillance signals. The pouches use advanced nanocomposite materials to shield devices from radio frequency emissions, preventing unauthorized location tracking and data interception. Developed for defense, law enforcement, and high-security applications, the solution can isolate smartphones, key fobs, and electronic equipment from cellular, GPS, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth signals. The startup says the product supports India's push for indigenous security technologies and could find wider use in corporate and personal data protection scenarios. PM condemns attack. The Prime Minister has strongly condemned the terrorist attack in Australia, expressing solidarity with the victims and their families. In a message, he conveyed deep sorrow over the loss of innocent lives and reiterated India's firm stance against terrorism in all its forms. The Prime Minister emphasized the need for global unity to counter extremist violence and reaffirmed India's support for Australia in this difficult time. He also highlighted the importance of international cooperation in tackling cross-border terrorism, intelligence sharing, and efforts to prevent radicalization worldwide. Navy commissions MH-60R unit. The Indian Navy is set to commission its second MH-60R Seahawk helicopter squadron on December 17th, further strengthening its maritime aviation capability. The multi-role helicopters enhance anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface warfare, search and rescue, and surveillance operations. Induction of the second squadron will improve fleet support across India's vast maritime domain, especially in the Indian Ocean region. Equipped with advanced sensors, radar, and weapons, the MH-60R significantly boosts the Navy's ability to track submarines and surface threats, reinforcing overall maritime security and operational readiness. GPS threats rising. The International Air Transport Association, IATA, has warned pilots and airlines about a rise in GPS spoofing and jamming incidents affecting flight operations. Such interference can disrupt navigation systems, flight management computers, and situational awareness, especially in conflict-prone and high-risk regions. IATA has advised pilots to remain alert, cross-check navigation data with alternative systems, and report anomalies promptly. Airlines have also been urged to strengthen procedures and training to handle degraded navigation scenarios. The warning highlights growing concerns over electronic warfare spillover impacting civil aviation safety worldwide. ISRO plans busy launches. ISRO has lined up 7 launches by March, marking one of its busiest phases, including a key uncrewed mission under the Gaganyaan human spaceflight program. The upcoming launches will involve a mix of Gaganyaan test flights, Earth observation satellites, and commercial missions using PSLV and LVM-3 rockets. The uncrewed Gaganyaan mission will validate critical systems such as crew module performance, recovery operations, and mission safety. Officials say the schedule reflects improved launch readiness and manufacturing pace, keeping India on track for its first human spaceflight in the near future. India-Bangladesh ties firm. India's envoy to Bangladesh said bilateral relations are not transient after being summoned by Dhaka, underscoring the depth and resilience of ties between the two neighbors. The envoy highlighted long-standing cooperation across trade, connectivity, security, and people-to-people exchanges. He stressed that differences, if any, are addressed through dialogue and mutual respect, reflecting the maturity of the partnership. India reiterated its commitment to working closely with Bangladesh for regional stability and shared prosperity. Officials noted that regular diplomatic engagement remains key to advancing common interests despite occasional diplomatic frictions. Dhaka summons Indian envoy. Bangladesh has summoned the Indian envoy over recent statements made by former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, officials said. Dhaka conveyed its concerns, stating that comments by political figures should not affect bilateral relations. Indian officials emphasized that India respects Bangladesh's sovereignty and internal processes, while underlining the importance of maintaining stable and constructive ties. The development comes amid heightened political sensitivities in Bangladesh. Both sides reiterated the need to address issues through diplomatic channels and dialogue, reflecting the long-standing relationship between the two neighboring countries despite occasional differences. India rejects allegations. India has said it has never allowed its territory to be used for activities against Bangladesh's interests, rejecting any such allegations. New Delhi reiterated its respect for Bangladesh's sovereignty and security concerns, stressing that cooperation between the two countries is based on mutual trust. Officials highlighted close coordination on border management, counterterrorism, and intelligence sharing. India also underlined its commitment to maintaining peace and stability in the region. The statement comes amid diplomatic exchanges, with both sides emphasizing dialogue and engagement to resolve concerns and preserve strong bilateral ties. Tricolour in Poonch. A 105-foot national flag will be installed in a border village of Jammu and Kashmir's Poonch district, officials said. The towering tricolour is being set up to symbolize national pride, unity, and the presence of the state in frontier areas. Local authorities said the project aims to boost morale among residents living close to the line of control and promote a sense of security. The initiative is part of efforts to strengthen civic infrastructure in border regions while honoring the spirit of patriotism and resilience of local communities.